Here we go. 180.
Right there. We own it. We own it. Check 43.
Sunday. Hey, box truck.
On first down, Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On second and 15 now. Wentz. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete.
I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. And gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. From the gun, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. Past the 20. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a first and 10 at their own 23. From the gun, it's Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. Allen now to throw again. And right side, Henry's got it. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And the play goes for 19 yards, gives them a new set of downs. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Allen. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. Next, the receivers helped spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
From the 29, Wentz. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Alshon Jeffrey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Allen. It's caught left side by John Brown. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain there of 21 yards.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Allen with a throw caught by Beasley. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And again, it's Allen. Incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Right there.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Go, go.
Mike 5-4.
Allen to throw once more. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Philly. 55 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
61, matchbox, right.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, exit.
Wentz going to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the 1st down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
And on 3rd down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6.
For the field goal, a 31-yard attempt.
And the kick by Elliott is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bills getting set to go. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
We're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's a give to McCoy. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Pass 85. Regular.
Bravo.
Check. 53's Mike. Check. 53's Mike. You're trash. 53's Mike.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Complete. It's Henry. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Allen. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
It's got to the point where we see guys like that make that type of a catch. Not fair goes through my brain. That size, that speed, and now they're acting like wide receivers too.
Yeah, tight end one-handed catches. They're kind of like wide receiver one-handed catches nowadays.
Just not right.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. John Brown with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bills have cut it to within a score. Hauschka adds the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Hauschka now to send this one away following the score. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. A reminder, later tonight, Sunday Night Football will see a game in the NFL 100 Series, a rematch of the very first AFL-NFL Championship game, later, of course, known as Super Bowl I. It pits the Packers against the Chiefs from Arrowhead, and that should be a fun one.
53 is the mic. I'm here all day.
Wentz now on 1st down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Watch the curl.
Forward, go. Hey, Alpha.
53, Mike. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Check.
Wentz now on 1st down. Flush to his right, and this is incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Watch the ball. Watch the ball. Motion. Hey, check motion, man. Put your hands.
To throw, it's Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Chris Jones able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack.
Great. 82.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Deep ball for Jeffrey. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop.
That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Allen now looks to throw. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Fletcher Cox racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now Allen to throw. Throwing on 3rd and long. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Henry. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Jackson to return. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, an update from Los Angeles. And the Bengals out to the early advantage. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
New draw quarters. Go.
On 2nd down now. It's Sanders trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
58, right over there, right over there. Here. Mike, 58, right there. Watch the cut.
Hey, Zoo.
Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Throwing on 1st is Wentz. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is.
And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles add on to their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And that'll be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. This for his running back, McCoy. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. And here's Allen. Going to throw again. And this complete to Henry over the middle. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Allen. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 30 yards. Now a timeout called for by the defense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And the Bills cut into that lead. The touchdown all set up by the big play 1 snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Let's get off the field. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Hey, defense, let's go.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
You go tight. You got tight.
Two jet. Where's Jim?
I got it. 58.
Hey, seam 6.
Right there. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver?
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back of the 29. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And Elliott puts this one through. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one fielded at the 5.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 23 yards on the play. Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. From the gun, it's Allen. Eagle pressure. pressure. Too much this time. Down he goes. Fletcher Cox, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Henry. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Allen operating from the gun. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've got stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Gonna look deep for Jeffrey. And this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. Wentz finding his favorite receiver, Jeffrey, on a big one. 52 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first and goal situation. Now Wentz. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Mike. 53, Mike. Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Under pressure, and down he goes in the end zone, and that's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they take over already 5 yards deep into the red zone at the 15-yard line. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to the air on second down. It's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Let's go, man.
On first and 10, here's Wentz. Right side caught by Jackson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 36 yards on the play.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30.
Every day, any day. 36, 36.
That's right, 57. Hey, Haywood.
Here's Wentz to throw. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And down to the 7-yard line.
Here we go.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. In the blink of an eye, they've got it first and goal.
It almost felt like a lightning bolt hit in this game, didn't it? For them to get downfield that quickly. And now first and goal, expect them to attack right here on this play.
74, 74.
Check 53's Mike. Check 53's Mike. Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Kill.
Alert 3.
They'll run with Sanders. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
Brings up second and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal.
Straight 15, straight 15. Hey, orbit.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Now Wentz. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Hey, empty. Kill. Hurry up.
Wentz now on third and goal. The quick slant caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
So make him 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This is taken at his 4.
Andre Roberts on the return. The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Allen and the Bills now with a first and 10 at their own 24. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Elliott good with a PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded at the 2.
Let's go, baby.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Mike spot 4. Mike spot 4. Go. Go.
Now Allen to try again after the pick six. Man open left side is Brown. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's 1st and 10. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
17.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Throw left side, complete to Foster. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
And so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition. Allen cannot get away, and down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Throwing now is Allen. And it is incomplete. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Check. 53's Mike. Tighten up, tighten up. Pull it together.
46 down, man. 5-4.
53's the Mike. 53's the Mike.
Hey, Echo.
This way. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got.
Wentz now on 1st down.
Big stop. Big stop. Let's go.
And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Watch twist. Hey, 58 is the Mike. Well, 58's the Mike. Let's go, D.
Wentz now to throw. Looking for Ertz, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Cravon LeBlanc with a pick.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. He fights him off. Able to fight through one. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Wentz on the give to Sanders. Chris Jones on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
You tighten up. 58 to Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Check, 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 check.
Hey, Charlie.
58 to Mike.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Finally a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The kick by Elliott is good. And their lead will swell up to 28. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? You don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Allen's throw into the hands of Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Allen's throw is complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Allen, pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Fletcher Cox in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing is Allen on third. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So they're going for it, and here's Allen. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Ringo. Check 3.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Undercut.
Another run with Sanders. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, they turn to Sanders. And eventually taken down, but how about that athletic spin move we saw? Gives him the 1st down yardage. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. 1st down.
Here we go. Back. 180.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Eagles, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they dipped to 2-5 now with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.